Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're tackling a really interesting topic, the link between cryptocurrency, blockchain, and healthcare.
Yeah, lots buzzing about it.
It can sound a bit like tech salad, I know, but don't worry. We're here to pull out the really crucial bits, the fascinating stuff, and just sort of chat about it clearly.
Make it make sense.
Exactly. So if you're someone who wants to get up to speed on complex things fast, have those aha moments without getting bogged down in jargon, well, you're in the right place.
We've gone through a whole stack of articles on this.
We have, and the mission is pretty straightforward. Understand how crypto and blockchain are actually hitting healthcare right now in 2025.
And it is hitting. Just look at the projections.
Right. That figure. The global blockchain healthcare market hitting over what, $5.61 billion by 2027? That's huge.
It really signals how seriously the industry is taking this shift. It's not just a niche thing anymore.
So what does that actually mean for, your experience with healthcare soon? Let's dive in.
Okay, so maybe we should start by just breaking down the basics a little.
Good idea. Crypto and blockchain, what are we talking about?
Right. So cryptocurrency, think Bitcoin, Ethereum. It's basically digital money. Operates outside the usual banks.
Independent money.
Yeah. And these run on blockchain networks. Now, the blockchain itself, that's the foundational tech. It's like a super secure, transparent digital ledger.
A record book.
Exactly. A digital record book that tracks transactions, but it's spread across tons of computers globally. It's distributed.
Okay, so not just in one place?
Precisely. Imagine like a shared Google Sheet, maybe. But one where every new entry has to be checked and agreed upon by almost everyone. That makes it incredibly secure and trustworthy.
Okay, so crypto's the cash, blockchain is the super secure system keeping track of it all.
You got it. And in healthcare, right now, the really big story isn't just about paying with crypto, though that's part of it. It's more about the blockchain technology itself.
So crypto is kind of an application running on a blockchain engine.
That's a great way to put it. Think about how your health data is stored now, usually stuck in different silos, right? Doctor's office, hospital, lab. They don't talk easily.
Definitely not. It's a pain.
Well, blockchain offers this potential for one unified, secure version of your health data. And importantly, one you control.
I control. How does that work?
Through decentralization. Instead of one company holding all the keys, control is spread out. Imagine having your whole medical history on a private encrypted ledger and you grant access.
Like giving temporary permission to a doctor.
Exactly. For just the time they need it. This radically changes things. For data privacy makes big data breaches much harder.
I can see that.
And it even opens doors, to potentially getting rewarded if you choose to share your anonymized data for research.
Wow, okay. That's a fundamental shift. Are companies actually doing this now, using blockchain in healthcare?
Oh, yes, definitely. Some really innovative platforms are out there. Medical Chain, for instance.
What do they do?
They're focused squarely on managing electronic health records, EHRs. What's neat is how they let patients grant that temporary access we talked about. Very clear audit trail of who saw what and when.
Addresses that privacy concern head on.
It does. Then you have someone like Solve.care. They take a wider view. Using blockchain to smooth out the whole healthcare process, coordinating care, handling payments, cutting admin waste.
Admin waste. That's a huge cost driver.
It is. And Solve Care is actually being used by governments and private insurers now. So you see this broader trend emerging using these techs for more transparent, efficient, and honestly more patient-focused healthcare.
Okay, so blockchain is the secure foundation. Let's loop back to the crypto itself. Beyond just being digital money, what are the practical, tangible benefits of using crypto specifically in healthcare today in 2025?
Well, a big one is faster, often cheaper payments, especially across borders.
For international patients or telehealth.
Exactly. Imagine seeing a specialist overseas online. You could pay them instantly with crypto, avoiding bank delays, currency conversion fees, all that hassle.
That makes immediate sense. Fewer fees, quicker access.
And it can also cut down administrative costs. By removing some of the middlemen, the billing companies, the clearinghouses, you get more efficiency, potential cost savings.
Fewer hands in the pot, so to speak.
Yeah. And remember that transparency we mentioned with blockchain. That applies directly to crypto payments too.
How so?
Every single transaction is logged permanently on the blockchain. It's like a public, unchangeable receipt. Auditing becomes way easier compared to digging through traditional records.
So much clearer tracking.
Much clearer. And it opens up possibilities like micropayments, paying for really small, quick services, like maybe a short mental health check-in, where normal transaction fees wouldn't make sense.
Interesting. Little payments for little services.
Yeah, and then there are smart contracts.
Mm.
These are like digital agreements that automatically run when conditions are met.
Like, if this happens, then release payment.
Precisely. Maybe payment gets sent to the doctor automatically once your lab result is confirmed on the blockchain. No waiting for invoices and processing.
Streamlining things.
And that ties into improving medical billing overall. If procedures and diagnoses are logged accurately on the blockchain linked to crypto payments, well, you can cut down errors, fight fraud, and give patients a much clearer, maybe even real-time view of their expenses.
Less paperwork, faster global payments, clearer bills. Sounds good on paper, but is this actually happening? Are we seeing real-world examples in 2025?
We definitely are. It's moving beyond theory.
Right.
For example, paying for, say, dental work overseas with Bitcoin or Ethereum, that's happening.
Really?
Where? Certain clinics, yeah.
Yeah.
Places in Switzerland, some parts of the U.S., Southeast Asia,
Yeah.
they're accepting crypto. It's faster and often cheaper for international patients.
Okay. What about telehealth?
Good question. Platforms like Ask the Doctor, Healtherium, they're accepting crypto payments. This really appeals to people who are privacy conscious or, again, doing cross-border consults.
And you mentioned rewards earlier.
Right. Platforms like Healtherium and also Sweatcoin are actually giving out their own digital tokens as rewards
For what?
for healthy actions, like hitting exercise goals, showing up for appointments, even sharing anonymized health data for research.
So you earn crypto for being healthy.
Kind of, yeah. And these tokens can often be used for actual health products or services. Yeah. It's an interesting incentive model.
Definitely a novel approach. What about the more traditional parts, like health insurance?
Seeing movement there, too.
Yeah.
Some blockchain-based insurance platforms like Lemonade Health, Insurium,
Yeah.
they're playing with smart contracts to automate insurance claims.
Automating claims. That could save a lot of hassle.
Huge potential to cut admin burden, especially maybe in places without robust insurance systems already. And then there's this really cutting-edge idea using NFTs.
Non-fungible tokens for health records.
Exactly. Think of an NFT not as digital art, but as a unique, encrypted container for your personal health record. Secure, owned by you, potentially shareable across different systems.
A single, secure source of truth. Controlled by me.
That's the vision. Still early days, pilot programs running in Asia and Europe mostly, but the potential is massive. And finally, that improved medical billing idea. Projects like Solve Care, MetaLedger, they're actively building blockchain systems for more transparent, automated billing, even talking about real-time billing.
NFTs for health data.
Right.
That's really thinking differently.
Yeah.
Okay, so lots of exciting potential, but we need to be realistic. What are the big challenges, the risks?
Absolutely crucial to consider those. And there are significant ones. First off, regulations.
Always a big one in healthcare.
Regulatory uncertainty is a major hurdle. Laws like HIPAA in the U.S., GDPR in Europe, figuring out how crypto and blockchain fit, ensuring compliance, it's complex. We've actually seen promising projects get stalled because local rules changed.
That's tough. What else?
Security risks. Crypto scams are unfortunately common, and when you mix that with sensitive health data and money, the potential for harm is serious.
And when crypto transactions are usually final, right? No chargebacks.
Exactly. If you get scammed or make a mistake, the money or data access could be gone for good. That's a big risk.
Okay. What about the money itself? Crypto prices jump around a lot.
Volatility, yeah, that's a real practical problem for billing. Imagine you send an invoice for, say, $1,000 worth of crypto, but by the time it's paid, the price has dropped 20%.
The clinic loses out.
Right. Or it could swing the other way, costing the patient more. It creates uncertainty. People are looking at stable coins, cryptos pegged to dollars or euros as a potential fix, but even they aren't perfectly stable sometimes.
So stability is still a question mark.
It is, and then there's just resistance from the established healthcare system.
Why is that?
Well, healthcare is naturally cautious, risk-averse. Plus, let's be honest, crypto still has a bit of a, shall we say, sketchy reputation in some circles. Overcoming that perception takes time.
Building trust is key.
Absolutely. And we also have to think about practical adoption barriers, especially in developing countries.
Like basic infrastructure.
Exactly. Crypto might seem great for places without banks, but you still need reliable internet. People need to be comfortable using digital tools. They need smartphones. That's not universal.
Right. I heard a story about a blockchain health record app. Great idea, but the rural clinic had no Wi-Fi. Useless.
Precisely. Real-world limitations. Even with those NFTs for health records sounds cool, but where is the data actually stored? Who runs the servers? Are they reliable? What are the ethics of owning and maybe transferring health data? It's all still very early stage.
Definitely not a plug-and-play solution yet. So, looking ahead then, maybe the next, say, 5 years, what's your prediction? Where is this heading?
I think we'll see um, cautious but growing adoption. Hospitals, insurers, they'll likely start with hybrid models, using crypto maybe behind the scenes for faster cross-border payments or for that real-time billing potential, automated insurance checks.
Starting with the back office stuff.
Probably. We might also see more decentralized autonomous organizations, DAOs, playing a role.
EAOs in healthcare.
Yeah, think of them as like community-governed organizations run via blockchain rules. Axon DOO is an example looking at decentralized health research, giving patients more control over their data use. It allows for potentially more transparent community-led decisions.
Interesting. Community-driven healthcare decisions.
It's a radical idea, but it's being explored. Also expect growth in medical DeFi, decentralized finance.
So, finance applications tailored to health.
Right. Things like tokenized health savings accounts, maybe crypto-based lending for medical costs, more advanced reward systems for healthy habits, though again, regulation will be a huge factor there.
And what about integrating with tech we already use, like fitness trackers?
Big potential there. Connecting crypto rewards directly to wearables, IoT health devices. Imagine just getting small crypto payments automatically for hitting your sleep goal or keeping your blood pressure down. Real-time incentives for preventative care
Linking health outcomes directly to payment.
could be powerful. And globally, crypto could help health equity. Smartphone wallets could give people in underserved regions access to payments and maybe even health services. But again, those adoption barriers, needing user-friendly tools, local training, it's a challenge.
Still need to make it accessible.
For sure. And NFTs for health records will likely keep developing, but standardization and secure ways to share that data are essential. And finally, yes, that improved medical billing. I think we'll see real progress using decentralized networks and smart contracts to cut down that massive administrative overhead.
Okay, so summing it all up, it really feels like crypto and blockchain are shifting from just buzzwords to actually, starting to reshape parts of healthcare.
I think that's fair to say. They're actively beginning to influence how we access care, how we pay for it, how our data is managed.
And the potential upsides are clear, maybe lower costs, definitely more transparency, possibly more control for you, the patient.
Exactly. But those hurdles, the regulations, the price swings, just building basic trust.
Yeah.
They're still very real and need careful navigation.
It's been a fascinating look into this space. Really makes you think, doesn't it? How might your own healthcare interactions change in a few years if this integration continues? What does patient control over data really look like in practice? Lots to ponder there. Thanks for joining me for this deep dive.